Do you ever feel like your life is just riddled, absolutely riddled with fear, anxiety, tension and unease all the time, almost every day? Or your life might be filled with guilt, regret, resentment, sadness, bitterness, grievance. And it's just feeling like it's holding you back all the time from moving forward to doing anything. What if I could just give you some simple steps to help you just to become aware of this happening and to change your direction of life? Stick around. Did you know your attention is one of the most powerfulest tools that you possess? But often we're quite unaware of where we're actually placing our attention because we're doing it on autopilot from the subconscious mind. But what if I could give you some simple tips and tools to make sure you are aware of where you're placing your attention? Because where you place your attention is where you're placing your energy. So this is why sometimes you can feel just really drained, because you're probably placing your attention in places where it's no longer needed or you don't need to place it. But you're sort of unaware because you're doing it on autopilot. And you might be placing your attention from places where you've placed it yesterday and the day before and the day before. All patterns what are no longer serving you no more. Because I tell you now, if you've got too much fear, anxiety, unease within the body and your thoughts, that's just because you're thinking too much about a future, a possible timeline, what don't even exist yet. Or if you've got things like sadness, guilt, regret, grievance, resentment or bitterness, that is just because simply you're placing your energy and your focus in the past. It's all about the present. And I want to teach you how to be more aware and stay within the present moment. Because in the present moment, all of them issues, whether past or future, don't exist. All that exists is the here and now. You must know someone, for instance, who was always a negative Nancy, or they're always one of them people what go, oh, it always happens to me. Why does it always happen to me? Because literally, that is what they're putting out into the field. Why does it always happen to me? And the subconscious mind will relay more situations of why did it happen to you, and then you'll bounce out that frequency and vibration to the universe. Why does it happen to me? The universe works in terms of energy, frequency, vibration. Will just give you more experience of like, why does it happen to you? Here you go, there's more of why it happens to you. You can have more of why it happens to you. And this is literally how it works. If you're full of anger, if you're full of bitterness, if you're full of jealousy, you'll just experience more situations to make you feel that way. But if you're on a more positive timeline, you'll just experience more positivity in your life. And this is literally how it works. You know, have you ever been caught up in traffic and someone cuts you off or don't indicate and you get really wound up? Yeah, you fucking dickhead, rah, rah, rah. And then all of a sudden the rest of the drive will go horrendous, won't it? Because it's literally like you're going to experience more and more and more situations to piss you off. And over time this compounds and really fucking stresses out your day, doesn't it? Do you try it? Next time you're in a car, get all wound up and that and see how the rest of your drive goes. It won't go perfectly, there'll be other things that annoy you. But try not to react. If someone cuts you up in traffic, you don't know their situation. They might be in a rush. They might be trying to get to a relative who's about to pass away to say the last goodbyes. They could have the pregnant wife in the car. You don't know, do you? No one knows. So instead of reacting, just go, this person's in a rush for some reason, or they forgot to indicate for some reason. We don't know the backstory, do we? Your daily lives, right? The connection between attention and energy literally governs everything within your life, and it's played out consistently every single day, whether you realise it or not. And what else you don't realise is that where we're placing our focus and our energy, more of that is just going to grow. It's going to accumulate, because where you place your energy and attention, you're just experiencing more than that. So if all you're thinking is things like resentment or regret or anger or bitterness, you're just going to experience more of that into your life, because everything is energy, frequency, vibration. And if that is the frequency and the vibration you're emitting, the universe is like a magnet, and it will just literally, you're pulling whatever it is back to you. Like attracts like. You've probably heard of that before, haven't you? like what you're emitting is what you're going to get back. So you could be angry, you could be really pissed off, and then literally you'll experience more things to piss you off. And you notice sometimes you could spill a cup of coffee and you're, oh, for fuck's sake, it's gone all over, and then all of a sudden you'll bang your toe and all of a sudden you'll fall over and stuff like that, because it's all an accumulation of getting more and more angry. And then you're all heated up, aren't you? For fuck's sake, and all of a sudden then you'll get some annoying news what will piss you off. Your computer won't work properly, and this, that and the other, and it's all because it's an accumulation, because you're in that vibration of anger. So you're just going to experience more situations to make you angry. And this is literally how your life is governed. But also, it might just be the fact that you're just a little bit clumsy here and there sometimes. Some people are genuinely clumsy, aren't they? You might just be a little bit of a clumsy bastard, but don't react to it. If you do have an accident, like you spill your coffee or you bang your toe or something, yes, react to the pain. Oh, that fucking hurt, you little bastard. But it's how you then admit it, your energy in it and stuff like that. So if you spill your cup of coffee, yes, been a bit of a clumsy git, and just clean it up. Just clean it up and try not to react, because it's the reaction what causes the energy, what causes the vibration to experience more of that. It doesn't always happen like that, but usually from my experience it pretty much does. When you react to something and give off your energy specifically to that thing, you'll just experience more things to piss you off. So it's all about how you react. If you're a bit of a clumsy person, no bother, just try to be more mindful. In your daily lives, right, the connection between attention and energy literally governs everything within your life, and it's played out consistently every single day, whether you realise it or not. I mean, look at some people. What do they do? First thing, the minute they open their little eyes, they grab the phone, don't they? They grab the phone. How do they know that they're not going to see some negative, maybe on a news feed? If they've got a news app, or Google sometimes gives you a news feed, doesn't it? You could experience some really negative stuff the minute you open your eyes, and that sets your day up for negativity. Or you could receive some bad news or something. Start your day by not even turning on your phone. I start my day, I wake up, I make my bed, that's part of my routine. I splash my face with cold water to wake myself up. I go downstairs, put the kettle on for a black coffee, and then I start feed the dogs and start to work out before I've even looked at my phone. Okay, because once I'm in that mood of exercising and stuff like that, then if there is some negative news and that, at least I've done my exercise, at least I've got that out of the way. All the time, people are just too focused on the phones right up until they go to bed. Yeah, I've seen people right until they fall asleep, they're going on it. And then literally, as soon as they wake up, they look at it again. Right, and then they wonder why they've got sleep issues, and then they wonder why they're quite low in mood all the time. And it really does have a knock-on effect, doesn't it? And you think about it, if your energy, if your focus in it is just built up with worry and fear and stuff like that, imagine that energy, what's emitting all the time. You're just going to feel drained. If that's your base point of fear, worry and anxiety all the time, imagine how that's going to make you feel every day. And people go, no, I'm full of anxiety. And or people go, no, that's just the way I am, and I'm an anxious person. Well, you're not. Something's making you anxious, and then you need to have a look at it. It could be that you're drinking too much caffeine. That can make you extremely anxious. It could be that you're going on your phone too long and you're absorbing the news and stuff, which is largely exaggerated all the time, or it's got a certain narrative. Just don't look at it. And then there's things like foods. What foods are you eating? If your diet is predominantly on sugary processed carbs, you are going to be full of anxiety and feeling uneasy, because our bodies aren't meant to eat. Our bodies are not meant to eat all this sugary, processed, crappy foods. So have a look at your diet if you're feeling all anxiety all the time. Maybe create a food diary. What's making you feel like that? And again, if you're one of them people in life who's going, oh, I can't do that, oh, it's too hard, or I really want to do this, but I don't know how to take the steps, I don't want to do it, I can't be bothered. That's the energy you're emitting. So you're going to experience more situations what is going to keep you in a procrastination or the can't be bothered mode and stuff like that, because that's the vibration you're emitting. Light's gone off again. Drives me mad, that, on the computer. I just wish there was a way to keep it on. Probably is, but I don't know how to do it. I'm not that tech savvy, by the way. I only know the basics, and that's what I need to get me by. But where I was, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, when people just go, oh, I can't, or it always happens to me, or I bet that happens to me, or I bet I have a bad day, or I bet this, or bet that. Stop placing bets with the universe for a start, because the universe will fucking win. You know, the creator, the Most High, will fucking win over you, believe me. That has got the biggest frequency whatsoever. So you've got to match it. You know, if you're telling yourself, I am, again, you're saying I am, oh, I can't be bothered, I am a person who does this, I'm a person who does that. You're just putting all your energy in that basket, aren't you? So it's time to take it out of the negative basket and put it in the positive basket. Oh yeah, I'm not where I need to be right now, but it's about taking the little small steps, innit? I'll take small steps towards being a content creator. I'll start filming, I'll start learning the basics of editing, I'll start uploading it to YouTube, even though there's hardly no one watching. It's about taking the steps or working towards a business. Research that business. How are you going to put your own take on it? How are you going to get the money to start it? Stuff like that. Whether it's an exercise program, you know, instead of trying gung-ho straight away, which is a lot of people do, they really go strict on a diet and exercise, and before they know it, you know, after the plateau, they've got no room to go because they've started off too extreme. So start taking the steps. I'm going to do just 10 minutes a day. I'm going to take this item out of my diet and replace it with that. Stuff like that. But if you're always going, oh, I can't do that, oh, I'm too tired to do this, so just listen to it. Listen to what you're putting out there. I'm too tired to do this. So you're going to just experience more of that vibration of being tired, because that's the frequency you're emitting out. Yeah? It's just so simple when you think about it. And it's all, again, back to learning how to observe the mind. Remember, you see my video about learning how to observe the mind, because I've done 2 videos now, give you very simple steps on how to observe the mind. So I'm not going to go in that here, but I will link them both at the end, how to observe the mind. Okay? And this is why I don't like these manifesting methods, what a lot of these so-called gurus do on YouTube. I've seen them all over the place, where they're just teaching people to have better thoughts and sit on the couch and do nothing. The better thoughts is just a small part of it, but you've got to look at where you're also placing your energy and where you're placing your attention. You can have as many thoughts as you bloody want, but if you're not putting your attention, energy and desired action towards the things that you want, you'll be waiting all bloody day. I'm telling you, because if everyone just manifested positive and negative by thought alone, just imagine what would be piling up in your fucking room. We have 70,000 thoughts a day, right? So that's 60 to 70,000 things, whether good or bad, manifesting in the physical. Can you see them all? Because I fucking can. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have your mind can be a twat, can't it? And it can really go to some dark and sinister places. Imagine if all that started manifesting just in your room now. Plop, 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 plop. So you want the money, but bang, bang, there it is, because you've had a thought about money. But bang, bang, and you've had a thought about someone dying. Next minute, bang, they're dead. You've had a thought, just one of them thoughts where you think, oh my God, I could be driving my car and me and my daughter could get in a crash. Sometimes your mind goes to these sinister places, but again, it's catching it. Where are we placing our energy? Where are we placing our attention and focus? That doesn't serve us. But imagine, I'm just saying for hypothetical sake, right? Imagine if all them thoughts was manifesting everything. We had a thought, so I was manifesting that. I was manifesting this, manifesting the dream bird, what I want, the hot lady. Whew. All of a sudden, bang, she's in my room. Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't just work like that, just by thought alone. Otherwise, we'd have been having 60 to 70,000 things manifesting per day. A lot of it is what we don't want, but it would be in there, right? So just sometimes you've got to look through the fluff, and yes, there is a lot of power in thoughts. Can become things with the right energy, the right frequency, the elevated emotion, but then you take the desired action towards it. Or sometimes if it's like exercise and dieting, sometimes it's got to be forced action. Sometimes it's doing the things even when you don't do. Sometimes it's doing the things even when you don't feel like doing it. You've got to cultivate a bit of self-discipline. And all these gurus out there saying, no, you don't have to do that. You just have to take inspired action. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. And then all of a sudden they'll give you a new method to do it and a new method to do it, week after week after week, just to keep you going, just to keep their views going up, just to keep putting more money in their pocket, right? And they're telling you, oh, I did this, I manifested this dream life. No, it's that you are giving them the money, and then they're able to have the life of their dreams just by giving you false promises. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. That's how I experience it. Yes, I've manifested some things in my life, quite a lot of things, just where, and it always seems to be like, you know, when you don't want to see a specific person or something, like, oh, I hope I don't bump into them down the street, or I hope they're not going to be there, and they are. I seem to be really good at doing that. But like I say, there is levels to this manifesting stuff, and a lot of it does require desired action, turning up even when you don't feel like it, and getting the stuff done, because it's not going to do itself, I'm afraid. I can't just go, I've had this thought that I want to be, keyboard, I've had this thought that I want to be a content creator. And as well, camera, okay, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to sit over there in the back room. Do you mind filming it for me automatically, because I'm manifesting it? And you see what I mean? You have to take action towards everything. And they don't like it. That word, action. Oh, it's not a scary word. It just means fucking do it. Don't it? Just fucking do it. If you want to be a content creator, just fucking start. Because you'll never have the right lighting, the right camera, the right editing skills, the right knowledge. Just fucking start. That's what I did in the end. Right? And yeah, I just fucking started. And that's what you have to do. Otherwise, you'll just be waiting forever. And you're putting out that frequency that you're just waiting for the right moment. So the universe is going to match it with a frequency of just wait for the right moment. Just wait for the right moment. So we're just going to sit and do nothing. And forever, you'll be waiting for the right moment. Because the missing ingredient is to take small steps towards what you want. Or anything. Okay? Stop trying to win the lottery all the time as well. Do you know what I mean? Because people go, oh, manifested winning the lottery. And did you fuck? Go away. Stop lying. You might have won the lottery, but you never fucking manifested it. It's pot luck. It literally is pot luck. You also get that as well, what I've seen a lot. Oh, I did this to become a millionaire, or I manifested these millions and stuff like that. I've manifested 80,000 views or so many subscribers. And I have a look at their channel like, they've not got this amount of subscribers, they've not had this amount of views, they definitely don't look like they're financially abundant and rich. But if you keep feeding them with your false hope and stuff like that, and they keep feeding you with their false promises, they will end up being bloody rich, won't they? They'll get rich off you. Keep fucking turning up and watching their videos, because next week they're going to have a different manifesting technique, or the week after another different one, and you're going to keep falling for it all the time. Like, you notice the people, I don't want to be judgmental, but the people who get really start to believe that they can just create their dream life by thought alone, or by writing a little vision board, right? I've been there and done that, right? And I used to put so much energy and frequency in and stuff like that by just doing a vision board or trying to manifest things just by thought alone and the elevated emotion. But the missing step was always the action. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You might get the ideas. You might get the ideas from the universe, and then you meet it halfway, but you've got to take some action towards it. You could be thinking, I want to be a great storyteller, and you'll start being able to get these fantastic ideas from the field in your head to create this story, create these stories and stuff like that. But if you don't take the action there, they'll just be in the field. And then someone else will pull it out the field, because they'll also want to do that, but they've took the desired action. Before you know it, you like look at them, and you'll see them on YouTube, and you're like, oh, I wanted to do that, and now they're doing it, they've stolen my idea. All these ideas are in the field. You've got to just attune to that timeline. You've got to tune yourself into that timeline. But if you don't take the inspired action, someone else will, and someone will have your idea. So if you've got any great ideas, or any ideas what you've pulled from the field, because again, the universe meets you halfway, whatever you're emitting to the field, like attracts like, you'll bring it back into you through the vibration. If you don't work on it when you've been given these amazing ideas, or you've met the universe halfway, someone else will, believe me. So if you've got any of these things and you're sitting on the fence and you're waiting for the right stuff, just do it now. Do it. Go. You won't regret it. The only regret you'll have in life is not doing it. No one ever regrets starting something what's really going to help them achieve the life they want to live in life. But I tell you what, you'll be full of regret if you don't start it, and that regret just eats away at you until you either do it or you don't. So just bloody do it. And if you look at people like Conor McGregor and stuff like that, they learned about... Conor McGregor even said he got the book The Secret, didn't he? And he learned how to start practicing it and stuff like that by taking the action towards it. And then he started envisioning and seeing in his mind's eye that he was going to be world champion. He was going to be world champion in his weight class, and he was going to dominate the MMA, the UFC, whatever it's called. But he didn't just have the thoughts, have the elevated emotion of being a champion in MMA, did he? And then just sit back and not do out. No, he trained bloody hard every day. He trained hard, very hard every day, but he was embodying the I am. I am the world champion. I am this. And, you know, the I am affirmation is very powerful because it can go either way. You can embody the I am of the dream life you want to be and walk the I am, talk the I am, how would this person act, smell, dress, stuff like that, and say to yourself through affirmations, I am financially abundant. I am a popular and successful YouTube content creator, stuff like that. That works, but so as well as embodying the I am, I will take the steps towards doing it, like I do the content creating filming right now, or I'm editing and stuff like that. So that's where my attention and energy is going. I'm embodying the I am of a full-time YouTuber, a content creator. And this is what people have to do. It's the missing link. Take the desired action. Take the I'm getting mixed up here. Take the inspired action. Okay? That's what you have to do. Because how many times do people embody the I am the wrong way? Looking in the mirror. Oh God, I'm ugly. Oh God, I'm wrinkly. Oh God, I'm bald. Oh God, I'm stuff like that. Believe me, I've been there. Hey? Embodied the I am. This is literally what I am now. Hey? But we waste too much time, don't we? On just, the small stuff in life. Stop picking yourself to bits in the mirror by embodying the I am, because it will only get worse. Because you're seeing yourself on that negative trajectory again. All the time, people just look in the mirror and stuff like that. Just pack it in. Just pack it in. We look this way and that's it. That's it. You could inject your face, you'll get rid of your wrinkles, have lips as big as that, big massive eyebrows. It looks ridiculous. I'd rather just look like this and embrace my wrinkles. Who cares? Who cares? It's all about how you are, isn't it? Or how you are as a person. Because you can get the person who literally had all the teeth done, the turkey teeth, the fillers, everything but they've got a personality as dull as ditch water. So what's the point? What's the point? How you are with other people, how you treat the other people, and what your personality is like. That's the best bet. Anyway, I've got a bit sidetracked now as well, but yeah, people like Conor McGregor, Jim Carrey and stuff, yeah, he used to write, I'll get the 10 million check for services rendered for acting or whatever he put it in his wallet, but he was still taking the steps all the time. He was on the, doing comedy, stand-up comedy after stand-up comedy after stand-up comedy, working, embodying the I am, that he's a person who goes on stage, he is being filmed, he makes people laugh by, saying jokes and putting his body and his expressions in ridiculous things what only he can do. It was the same with Bruce Lee. He wrote himself a thing for services rendered, didn't he? And he would give back. So if he got that money, he would give back. And that's another good way to do it. But they're always taking action. If you look, all these people have this idea, and I said I did this and I manifested that. They also took the action towards it, which is what you need to do. Where we place our attention is where we place our energy. Are you placing your attention and energy on the things that you desire and going to serve you in life, or the things what you've got right now what serve you in life, or are you placing it in front of the past and the future what no longer serves you? So here's some tips, as promised, what I said, to help you to be able to see where your attention and energy is going. So, as I was saying before, so just something as simple as practicing awareness. Keep asking yourself when your mind drifts off or where your energy and attention and focus is going somewhere where you don't want it to be, just practice by saying to yourself, am I aware? Because we have a lot of these negative thoughts, right, when we are completely unaware or we're just daydreaming. So we're unconscious, though we're not aware. So what you have to say to yourself is catch yourself doing it and just go, am I aware? Am I aware? Because if you're in the present moment, you won't be thinking about anxious stuff that makes you anxious, fear, worry, doubt, because they're all part of a future what doesn't exist yet. It's just a possible timeline. You don't get them feelings in the now. That's by having too much future and not enough present, as Eckhart Tolle says. And the other ones where you've got like guilt, regret, shame, resentment, bitterness, that's just by thinking too much and going back to the past. And again, not being here in the here and now. Because if you're here and now, if you're present with your surroundings, if you're aware, them feelings also won't exist. So just practice. Am I aware of me? Call out to yourself. Am I aware of my surroundings? You just don't. You don't have to call it out loud if you don't want to, but what can you see? What can you hear? Just be aware of your surroundings. Because when we have all these thoughts and emotions and place our energy in them places, what I've just said, they're all either too much past or too much future, what you're thinking about. It doesn't happen in the present moment. And that's why the present moment is so powerful. So, practice awareness. That's a great way to do it. Practice awareness. Another one is observing your thoughts. And you think to yourself, how on earth can I observe my thoughts? Well, I'll tell you how. If you watch either of these videos, now what I'm going to link up, it will show you easy steps on how to observe your thoughts. And I'll see you in there.